Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ash of God's Redemption, and let's just continue where we left off. Alright, so let's take the short little path towards the burial stockade. Alright, no event, apparently. There is no tower here, right? No, just down there. Okay. So, don't need to worry about that. Or maybe we should go to the bone well. Maybe I can get a redo. I doubt it, but of the water thing. Let's go there. The shortest path between the burial stockade and the Marsh Watch. Some daredevils travel this road, but fewer take the risk as time goes on. Nothing has changed in the Ashen Wasteland for hundreds of years, but now everything feels different. There's a bitter taste in your mouth, like you've inhaled some smoke, but there's none to be seen. There is only an ashen valley, grey grass and grey sky. What's causing the sting in your throat? Where did this feeling of power come from? You need to make camp. Ake dismounts the horse and carefully ties the bridle to a branch. Gods and demons, he exclaims. Are you by any chance turning into an abomination? What happened to your eyes? They're black. Or have your pupils consumed your eyeballs? What about my eyes? Maybe that. Say that these are the effects of the sorcery? Yeah. You shrug. It happens, Ake, but such things usually happen when I perform basic magic, like driving the bedbugs away from a dwelling or healing feet lichen. The Ashen Wasteland is a special place. It's like sitting near an open furnace. Your face reddens whether you like it or not. Ake nods. It'll get red, alright, if you're near an open furnace or a bonfire. Take me, for example. If I eat too many plums, my stomach gets all upset and I break out in pimples. Okay, that's a weird reaction. I can't show you now, there aren't any plums. But I've heard tales in the taverns about eyes that turn black. Maybe you can tell me some more? Tell Ake about yourself. You smirk. There is a legend. It says that about 1,000 years ago, when the divine judgment happened, Kuros came to the earth. They were like divine heralds. To mingle with the humans, they possessed their bodies. Their power, however, needed to be released, and it caused their eyes to turn black. And people tried to kill them. Ake laughs dismissively. Do you mean that that's the Kuro? Stop yanking my chain. It's been 1,000 years. Understand? 1,000. There are no Kuros left now. Only some distant relatives, perhaps. Did they have any children? They did, but not all of them, you answer carefully. I might be a distant descendant of such a Kuro. Not a direct one, perhaps. 1,000 years is a long time, after all. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, nothing? Alright, let's go to the cursed village then. You feel the reaping grow stronger, yeah, give in to the curse. Oof. You open your eyes and shiver as if waking from a daydream. It feels like you've returned to the dim and distant past. You can see the sky of the long-perished culls. There are fields and hills around you. A light stream beneath your feet connects to a wide river. A familiar and terrifying silhouette looms before you. Your lord, master, and shepherd stands before you. Dorp Kall looks at you with reproach and shakes his head. Are you prepared, Blance? The divine power descends into me, so now I will enter you. Stay if you wish, I permit you to watch. In any case, I think you should see what you've created with your own hands. I mean, he's a bad one, isn't he? As far as I recall. So let's refuse. You clench your fists and raise them to see your fingers, half transparent but strong and young. You look at the Reaper and shake your head. All right, he's the Reaper. Right, I knew I recognized the name. His lips stretch into a smile as he begins to speak. For now, he's just talking. His words stab you like knives. Just as I serve the gods, you serve me. Just as I am the god's messenger, you are mine. Do what I say and obey in the name of the five-headed and the five-throned. Do and obey. Do and obey. Let's try to wake up. You clench your fists, flex every muscle, and break free from the heavy dream. You swallow the blood flowing from your bitten lips. Your breathing becomes erratic. You have no strength left, and your hand feels like it was carved from a piece of river ice. Ake is amazed. How plastered did you get? Why were you shouting like that? If there's even a single abomination around here, it's headed this way. I'm already here, Ake, you say out of breath. Pay no attention. It's just a bad dream. Nothing more. Wait, it went up by a percentage. Don't like that. You approach the Marsh Watch, making your way to the local inn. You leave Ake to tend to the horses. You should eat, but you're not hungry, so you just pay the innkeeper for a small room and go straight there. You crave some respite and time to think about the journey ahead. At some point, you doze off. What comes next feels like a vivid dream, though you still see the same window-lit room and the old but spry woman. She opens the door smiling and nods in satisfaction. She looks like a crone, but moves like a woman in her prime. Sitting beside you, she takes the book from your bag and flips through it. You try to speak, but the words can't escape. You close your eyes, trying to remember where you've seen her before. Darkness slowly consumes everything. Hello, Rask. Someone grabs you by the shoulders, waking you. You open your eyes to see an old friend. Good to see you, Blans, he says, winking. Surprised, though. Was wondering who's been casting somnolent spells over the inn's roof. You have insomnia or something? After hearing these words, you finally realize that you're awake and come to your senses. A quick look around and you know that someone's sorcery is at work here. Realizing you've been hexed, you scramble to get your bag. The book is gone. Okay. Probably not good. Curses! How could they trick me like that? I dreamt of a hag rummaging through my things and flipping through my book. But it was no dream. The book is missing. Did you not encounter anyone on the stairs? My apologies, but I haven't seen any hag on the inn stairs. I've arrived after the spell dissipated. Where are you off to, Blas? Not alone, I see. Been accepted into royal service, have you? Well, you haven't strayed so far from home by happenstance either, have you, Shirian? You don't simply travel for the sake of it, do you? You rarely step outside your shop, especially in reap time. Forget the shop. Now isn't the time. I've actually been looking for you, Blans, and it's clear that seeing the crone in your dream was no coincidence. Though an odd one, she wields great power. Who is she? Who knows? Although I've got a hunch she might be the Unda everyone's talking about. But something's off. Unda's so old, it's surprising she still lives. It's as if this hag only pretends to be Unda. The crone who looks like a woman in her prime? Stone bracelets and the serpent's gaze. I've heard of her. Calls herself Sheila. Maybe she's like us, not human. You should be well aware that a name is only a garment. Take it off if you will, and it loses all meaning. I've been considering this from all angles. All those who could be this crone died in that same battle which gave you your arrow scars. And I've got no more ideas. No clues. Like we don't have anything better to do than solve an old hag's riddles. She's a witch, no doubt. Why do you need me, Sherlin? You should already know this. Some witch told me I could find you in these lands, and that you, too, searched for me. Should that fail, catastrophe may follow. Cut the mind games, Sherlin. My head aches even without adding your riddles. How does an old woman or witch compel you to look for someone? I don't recognize you. I hardly recognize myself, Blance. I've had so many thoughts lately. Got a job as an intendant at Opacum. Guided wagons through the Marsh Road. I thought I'll keep quiet and survive the reaping, but no, trouble found me again. From now on, we travel together. Interesting. Well, at least there's some good news. Always happy to see you, Sherlin. Having you tag along is always nice. Still, I'm quite surprised. What power do you mean, Sherlin? If I knew the secret of her power, I would also possess it. Her clairvoyance is on par with your Amma. Her sorcery matches that of a High Umbra, and she's as persuasive as Dorp Call. She's definitely not allied with the High Umbra of the North. I've already realized that. A new player has joined the game. Coronson is seriously concerned about that. Seems like she's the one who managed to hold back the reaping. I don't care about that Coronson scoundrel. And who knows if the reaping is truly receding? What if she's not saving us but seasoning us for the frying pan? There is something special about her, as if she holds some hidden threads, or has some underlying scheme. Blance, I don't like it. Calm down, Sherlin. Why should we be scared of the reaping, especially when we're together? Enough conjecture. I've got bigger problems. You take off your glove and show your blackened hand. As Sherlin observes it with great interest, his breath becomes heavier, as if he's trying to place its smell. What a convoluted curse. Where'd you get this nasty thing? And why is it on your hand? What purpose? And why does it jitter? Is it breathing? Still haven't lost your aptitude, huh, Sherlin? Get this nasty stuff in Albius, just near your shop. Some cunning crone left it. Now I'm roaming Burkana, trying to piece together a spell to cure me, among other things. Yes, I'm aware. Following Gleda Brennan, are you? She's just met her father by the Marsh Watch and left, trying to save her brother. Well, let him. Why do you want to join me so badly, though? What's your aim? My goal is to survive, same as yours. Judging by that blackened hand, I don't have any recent hexes, but I'm still afflicted with a much older curse. I feel chills and a sense of foreboding. Something else on my mind, too. Have anything to say? Shouldn't I be asking that question? Aren't you the one who's supposed to impart the key words to me, for which I came here all the way from Ursus? It all led to you. That's true. Don't know what book that hag stole from you, but I've also seen her. Not just in real life, in dreams too. She seared something into my hand in one of those dreams. It burns and won't subside unless you read it. Let me just roll up my sleeve. So, she is truly a great sorcerer. Always gets her way. What you got here? The same handwriting. And with every step your burden shall become greater, for you carry it for many, and their number increases still. Ye gods, the writing's vanished! Such a relief! What do these words mean, Blance? What are they? Well, I'm guessing it's the curse, which is like, yeah, I already knew that. I don't know, Sherlin. Need to think this through, but I won't be staying in the inn. Can't say I'd be happy about absorbing anyone else's sorcery. And by the way, just a reminder, call me Hopper Rouley, and you're Rask, a store owner from Albius. Names are not to be used in vain. Times are too dire for such foolishness. Let's go. Of course, you were the only one to notice the magical veil of dreams cast over the inn and Rask's appearance. For everyone else, it's business as usual. Seems like Ake is done preparing and is ready to continue onward. The soldier waves at Rask. Turns out they've already met. The giant is very surprised to find the languid shopkeeper in the middle of nowhere, and more so that he's going to accompany you from now on. As you exit the inn, Rask pulls you aside looking mysterious. Seems like he's got something important to tell you. Lance, or rather, Hopper. Wait, I haven't told you everything. Thornbrennan's daughter was waiting for him when he arrived here. Me too. It was the old woman who brought his daughter here after all. There was also Philia, a girl from Ursus. I was asked to watch Glada until Thorn comes. I know her from my time in Albius. Headstrong girl, that one. So Philia headed to Opacum, and the old woman decided to cross the marshes. I was sure I'd never see her again, but when Thorn headed west with his daughter, that damned hag came to me in a dream. She drew this damn thing on my hand and said something cryptic. I figured that there was no point trying to comprehend the message, only that I must relay it to you. What did she tell you? And why do you think I'm the recipient of her message? She mentioned you by name, and called you Blance instead of Hopper. So listen up. You need to venture west, and keep in mind that even a scoundrel can be useful. Yeah, that's the thing with the fool, right? I think. That's not much to go on. Is that it? Was there at least another word? Must I solve riddles again? Well, life's one big riddle. She also said I need to accompany you. I'm asking, what did I do to deserve this? And she dismissed it, saying the real trial lies in Frigga, or somewhere nearby, and that it spells certain doom for you. That sure is some good news, friend. Well, nothing to do but face the music.
The voices of those nearest and dearest still echo in your mind. You rush into battle as if you were late for a meeting.
Okay. I guess we're back with Thorn. The need to save your son spurs you on and weighs heavy on your mind. To get to him, you must pass the fortress of Frigga. Oh, there's Frigga. Okay. Anything to do here? Okay, we can talk to Helm, apparently. The mercenary isn't eager to run his mouth, but he occasionally looks in your direction. Why are you eyeing me? Spit it out already. You're right. Maybe we'll all drop dead soon, so let's have a talk while I'm still alive. Isn't it a bit early for you to prepare for death? Truth be told, I'm still amazed I've stayed alive for so long. We've been face to face with the enemy many times, and there is still much more to come. Hope you don't regret letting me into your squad. I've got nothing to regret, but I still don't understand why you need to go west. You won't earn any coin following me, and you won't become a commander. Could have waited for the war to reach the edge of the wasteland, you know? Want to tell me something? We shared a boat back during the Battle of the Southern Isles. I was still a kid, scared out of my wits. I fell to the bottom of the boat like a coward. You should have executed me, but punched me instead. My nose is still a bit bent. Then you made me take a sword and fight. And you fought alongside me. You saved me, Thorn. Now I remember you. You weren't nearly as huge, though. As for that day, if we executed everyone showing fear, there'd be no one left. Are you worried about something? I don't think my ending up in your squad is pure happenstance. Look around. There's not a single random person here. That hag, the one I told you about, she thought everything through. She's the one who gathered a squad for you. Think about it. Can't deny thinking about it a lot, about predestination, and why would anyone have any use for us? Still, not much time left to wander. Soon, we'll be served at the table, and finally see who's trying to gobble us up. I'm not much of a fan of idle chatter, Helm. Well, I may not talk much, but if I don't say all I have to say before I kick the bucket, I won't leave even a single memory behind, nary an echo. Well, you've shared your tale and I remember you. Now I won't ever forget. Still, what will become of your story if my life ended tomorrow? I don't believe there's an end to life, Thorn. Not because I fear heresy or the posthumous retribution the temple servants preached about. I just don't. We're about to find an answer for ourselves, Helm. See the end with our own eyes. That I'm sure of. So... Oh, there is a tower here. Oh, there is a tower here. I need to... Oh, and there. Definitely need to go that way with Hopper. Hyborg. What's that I read about that? Someone mentioned Hyborg. But I don't think that he, being a fugitive, should go to Hyborg. No, so let's go for the berry path. A path through the mire made by berry pickers. A group of armed men approaches your camp from the forest. You hadn't noticed them arrive. It almost seems like an ambush, but they don't attack you. A vandal carrying a bow on his back steps forward and raises his hands. We don't want to fight you, Mad Thorn. Let's talk. Forsta suddenly appears behind you.
I know this bowman, she whispers. He's a vandal hunter who became a mercenary. He never misses. I can talk to him if you want me to.
You can't decide what to do, so you just nod. I don't know what business you have with Brand Victi, says the vandal. But I know that he'll reward anyone who brings him your head. My boys and I are completely penniless. However, considering your reputation, I'm ready to forget we ever met for 3,000 gold coins. Okay. I mean, I don't want to rely on her or her sister, honestly. And at the same time, I mean, 3,000 is a lot of money, and I don't know what I'll need the money for. Or my money for. I might need a lot of it later, for all I know. I feel like that and that, like, if it's true what she said, he will kill me if I try to flee. That will probably, I mean, both of those will probably come back to bite me. I hate relying on either of them, but fine. Let's go with that one. Forsta steps forward on your cue. The vandal takes a step back. Forsta laughs.
I see that you know me. That shortens our conversation. There's no money for you, no good fight. I'll kill you myself if you try anything. As for the maggot, tell him to fuck off.
The vandal stares stoically for a moment, then nods at Forsta, turns and leaves. His squad follows. It seems the reputations of both you and Forsta were enough to make him reconsider. Still don't like relying on her. And honestly, I am going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!